Hi guys, welcome my Cocoapods tutorial. I am Sai Chankran. I am student at Akdeniz University Computer Science and Engineering and I am third year student. And also I am working as an iOS developer at Absent and currently I am developing loyalty app for Costa Kuwait with my team. In this tutorial, I'm gonna show you what's Cocoapods and why are we using Cocoapods, some example of popular Cocoapods libraries, and how can we install Cocoapods to our Mac or iMac, and finally, we're gonna develop basic sample project. Let's begin. Cocoapods is a dependency manager for Swift and Objective-C Cocoa projects, i.e. Cocoapods manages library dependencies for your Xcode projects. It has over 30,000 libraries and is used in over 1.9 million apps. Cocoapods can help you scale your project elegantly. The dependencies for your project are specified in a single text file called a pod file. Cocoapods will resolve dependencies between libraries, fetch the resulting source code, then link it together in an Xcode workspace to build your project. Cocoapods just make it easy to manage all your dependencies and keep them up to date. Ultimately, the goal is to improve discoverability of and engagement in third-party open source libraries by creating a more centralized ecosystem. Okay, why are we using Cocoapods? Can't we implement or create ourselves what I want to do? Of course we can, but it takes too much time. And if time consuming bigger, cost gets bigger, and that's what customer not want. Let me say you begin working on a project and everything is going great. As the project process, you find it necessary to use third-party libraries to help the project move along faster. You do this by searching for appropriate libraries and copying the source code into your project. You start project repositories on GitHub to keep track of updates. When a library is updated, you manually update it in your project. At times, a library might break your build, forcing you to revert back to a compiled version. You have to search for it and copy it to your project. And more libraries, and you start noticing the time drain that maintaining your project dependencies is. You are also bound to encounter situations where a library you want to use depends on another library and you will have to get them both. If you use multiple libraries sharing a dependency but all specify a different version of dependency, you will have to figure out what the best version of the library is that will satisfy all dependencies. As your project scales, you will be spending a lot of time managing its dependencies, time that could be better using writing a code. Cocoapods, managing dependencies in your code easier. Adding and removing dependencies is just a matter of defining them in a file and running a command to install them. Cocoapods reads the file, determines the dependencies that the listed libraries have to, and if there are any shared dependencies, it tries to determine the version that will satisfy all of them. Let's check most popular library on Cocoapods. Alamafire is a Swift-based HTTPS networking library for iOS and macOS. It provides an elegant interface on top of Apple's foundation networking stack that simplifies a number of common networking tasks. Lottie is a mobile library for Android and iOS that natively renders vector-based animations and art in real time with minimal code. Lottie loads and renders animations and vectors exported in a body-moving JSON format. Body-moving JSON can be created and exported from After Effects with body-moving, Sketch with Lottie Sketch exports, and Haiku. Okay, but how can we install? Cocoapods is built with Ruby and it will be installable with the default Ruby available on macOS. You can use a Ruby version manager, however, we recommend that you use the standard Ruby available on macOS unless you know what you are doing. Or you can install with Brave, but you have to install Brave too. It's so simple, actually. With Ruby, sudo gem install cocoapods command, or with Homebrew, brew install cocoapods command will install cocoapods to your system. Also, you can find more information on cocoapods documentation page, and that's it. We can use pods on our project. Let's develop a project which can we integrate pods and see how can we use. Okay, first, let me create a project that integrate a progress hut which we always use in all projects. Okay, first let me create an Xcode project which is iOS app. Let me name it sample cocoapods projects. Select theme, but this is optional of course, and let's edit identifier, and we can disable core data because we won't use core data in our project, and then select project folder. Okay, we are ready to run. Let's select for iPhone 11 the simulator and check scene delegate and run it. Let me drag simulator to right of the screen and drag to terminal window to right bottom of screen. But actually we can understand app is running in this screen. Let me add a label to show app running. Okay. Pods are already installed on my computer as you can see. Let's integrate pods to our project. First, we have to go project folder and then integrate pods. After integrated, there will be a pod file which can we manage all dependencies. We can add our library like a pod keyword and library name, but let me find the progress hut. We can do it on cocoapods.org. You can search what you want to use in your project. UI libraries, network libraries, 30,000 libraries in here. I'm gonna search for progress hut and select first one. And I'm gonna go to GitHub page. We can find install code in here. Let me copy this code to my pod file and install library or libraries. We're gonna use pod install command. And of course, if want to update our pods, we can use pod update command. After installation completed, we can see pods directory on here, but there's an important thing there. We won't use this Xcode project file anymore. We should use Xcode workspace file. So I'm gonna go project folder and reopen project with Xcode workspace file. And now we can see pods target and project target. Also we can edit pod file in here. Okay, let's add progress hut to our project. First, we have import our library, so import progress hut in here. By the way, I am learning how can I use this library with you. And as you can see, everything is clear. Let's add progress hut to our screen with show function and run it. But let me change simulator first. And yes, you can see progress hut in our screen. Let's show with different version of hut. Let me say we are on the landing task and we want to show it. And run it. And yes, not comma. And yes, progress hut show us our task is handling. And let's edit our progress view. Let me change animation type. Let's change color of HUD. Let's change background and let's change color animation and run it. But yes, I forgot to show it. And well, it's kinda look great. Let's change animation. Nice. Let's try another one. And yes, that is. First, we have to import, then we can use. We can modify or we can use other functionalities of our Progress Hub library. If you want to use another libraries, you can go cocoapods.org and do simple search. This can be animation library or another Progress Hub library. It depends to your project actually. And that's it guys. Thanks for watching and listening me. You can find source code of this project in my GitHub page, and also you can send email to me for anything. Take care of yourself.